The NBA is in deep trouble with the return of Chet Holmgren. Today, Shams reported that he is going to return tomorrow for the Oklahoma City Thunder. And let me just say this, the Thunder are going to smoke the league even more. They're 40-9. He had that freak injury against the Warriors. And at the time when he was playing for the Thunder, the defensive rating was 98.2 with Chet in the lineup, 7'1 with a 7'6 wingspan. Here's the crazy part about this. He's coming back before the All-Star break. Their schedule isn't too bad coming up. So what the Thunder can do is ease him back into the rotation. They don't have to rush him. They don't have to play him heavy minutes. And I believe at some point the Thunder are going to create some separation between the Cavs and have the best record overall in the NBA. They have a 6-game lead in the Western Conference for the number 1 seed. And SGA is going off right now, proving to everybody why he's, I think, going to win the NBA MVP award this year. But here's another cool part about having Chet. You play him next to Isaiah Hartenstein. My biggest concern was if Chet got back, would it be too late to get enough reps with a guy like Isaiah Hartenstein? Well, that question is going to be answered. And this is great news for Thunder fans because now you're playing next to Isaiah Hartenstein. You can work on that double big lineup, give them enough time to build chemistry. Here's another cool part. The All-Star break is coming up. So he gets more rest and they can ramp him up after the All-Star break. That is scary stuff. He's very versatile. He is 43% from corner threes. He's averaging 16 points. Now, his stats are down because the game against the Warriors, he obviously got hurt. So his stats look different after that game. But 16 points a night. He was averaging over 2 blocks a game and on 37.8% from three. So you see the potential here of Chet Holmgren coming back to the OKC Thunder. And my goodness, they're 40-9 right now. And imagine when he gets more reps and he ramps up and all of a sudden, people are concerned about their shooting. Chet's in the lineup. He's going to help the spacing for SGA. He's going to just add another weapon out there. Now the Thunder have a number 2 option they can rely on night in and night out. Now, J-Dub hasn't been bad, but, he's getting better at his game. I expect next year J-Dub will take another leap, but he's been really good defensively. So you take what you get. And obviously, OKC's defense, it's a scary sight to see. And people are saying like, oh, Chet, he's brittle. He can get injured easily. But did people not watch last year? He played 82 games. Like he played every game last year. He had a freak injury against the Warriors. This narrative about Chet gets hurt, he's brittle, is just inaccurate. It's not true whatsoever. The guy played every game last year. So for me, if Chet, as long as he ramps up, he gets back in the flow, and you're playing next to Isaiah Hartenstein, who hustles on the glass, this Thunder team is going to the NBA Finals. And I know the Lakers got Luka Doncic. I know a lot of moves were made today, but I feel like the biggest winner is the OKC Thunder. And SGA, the way he can get in the paint, he can rely on his mid-range game. Yeah, good luck stopping this team. They're deep. They play exceptional defense. And I know people might be concerned about the shooting. Very valid. But defense does win championships. And the way the Thunder play defense, it's historic stuff. They can lock you down. They make things hard for you. They're pesky, and it's very hard to score on them, especially when they ramp things up. So looking at the upcoming schedule for the Thunder, you have Toronto tomorrow. That's a great tune-up game for Chet. You got to go to Memphis on Saturday. So I'm very curious about the back-to-backs, if they're going to play Chet early on. And then you have the Pelicans on Monday. Again, another great way for Chet to dominate, get his rhythm. And then you have Miami on Wednesday. Again, they just traded Jimmy Butler, and you're going to be at home, so you're going to feel good about that game. Then you go to Minnesota on Thursday. So I'm very curious about the back-to-backs and what the strategy is going to be with Chet Holmgren. Maybe they rest him. Maybe they put him on a minutes restriction, but they have time to figure this out. And then you have a break, so he has time to rest and continue to ramp up, get his conditioning right. And then you go to Utah on Friday. Again, there's some games here where he's going to dominate and really get in a good flow against weaker opponents. Then you go to Minnesota on Sunday, and you have back-to-back against Minnesota. And then you have Brooklyn. You go to Atlanta. Those are, again, tune-up games for Chet. Atlanta looks like they're just, giving up and are looking to get in the draft. And you have Brooklyn as well. They're just looking to, put themselves in better position for the draft. And you could go to San Antonio. That'll be a fun game. And then Houston at home. You go to Memphis, and you have Portland at home, and Denver at home, and Denver again at home. So some of these games could be tough, but I like the fact that he has some games coming up against weaker opponents where he can assert himself, dominate, and it will help him get his conditioning right. I'm very curious to see how the Thunder are going to handle those back-to-backs, but I love the fact that Thunder got him back. It's perfect timing because, again, I thought he was going to come back in March. There were reports about that, but this is just fantastic news for the Thunder. because now you're building that chemistry, you're getting his condition right. And here's what's important about having Chet back. You're playing alongside Isaiah Hartenstein. That is huge. They haven't had a lot of opportunities to play together this season because of his injury, but now they get to learn to play off each other, build that chemistry, get your reps. And if SGA has to have nights where he has 50 points or 30 or 40, awesome. But another thing is SGA doesn't have to do that every night because now you have your number 2 option back. So this is just perfect timing for the Thunder. It's almost like they won the trade deadline. You could say, like, who cares what happened in the NBA? Who cares if the Lakers got Luka Doncic and Mark Williams? It doesn't matter. We have Chet Holmgren back. And good luck stopping the Oklahoma City Thunder. I know people are going to say, well, they never made the NBA Finals. They never have been there before. They don't have the experience. But you got to go out there and prove yourself. That's obvious. They have the depth. They have like an historic defense. Again, 98.2 defensive rating. That's something you don't sneeze over. You have another rim protector. So the narrative's about, well, can they rebound? Can they control the glass? Well, if he's healthy, and again, like I mentioned earlier, I'm not worried about his injury history because he played every game last year. He just had a freak injury against the Warriors. So great timing for the Thunder. And if the Thunder want to look at somebody in the buyout market, they can go ahead and add another piece. Again, the Western Conference is filled with so many great narratives. You look at what's going on with Houston. Memphis is looking good. You got the Lakers looking like they're back with Mark Williams and Luka Doncic. You've got the Nuggets with Nikola Jokic. You can't count out the Nuggets in the playoffs. Minnesota's looking better. And then you have the Spurs, who could be on the rise by adding Fox. And we'll see if the Spurs can climb up in the Western Conference and get above the play-in game. We shall see. But a lot of great stories. And you have Chet back. Man, I'm looking forward to SGA in the playoffs because he is going to be the MVP, in my opinion. The way he's playing basketball, he has the most 30-point games, 40-point games, and 50-point games this year. Here's another crazy part. SGA has more 50-point games than the MVP season of Kevin Durant. That is insane stuff. So I like where the Thunder are. How can you not? You're 40-9. You were dominating the Western Conference and the NBA without Chet for a long period of time, and you got your second option back. Scary times in the NBA, and the Thunder are going to get better. That is just insane to even think about. Hope you guys enjoyed this video today. I'd love to hear your thoughts on Chet Holmgren coming back to the Thunder. What are your expectations with him? How do you think the Thunder should handle his minutes? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one.